Welcome everyone to some Pokemon Unite Hidden Gems, and in this video we are going to play some Duraludon. Let me go quickly claim Center, just so then we get Duraludon's best possible path. It can play in lane, but Center is definitely much better. And let me go show you my build here. This is what I am using for right now. And this will also be down in the description, so you guys can go look at my build more in detail if you want, because I do show it off pretty quickly here. And let's get into the match. Another thing I did want to mention while we are starting the match here is there's actually no Mewtwo in this match, surprisingly. When I looked at the enemy team and our team, I'm like, wow, no Mewtwo's at all. It's so popular. And also it's so strong. But Duraludon is one of the best Pokemon in terms of win rate. It has like a 51.5% win rate. It's top 10, I believe, in that category. But it's also bottom 5 in pick rate. So that leads me to assume that Duraludon is very good. It only has a 2% pick rate though, so that might mean it's very hard, no one wants to play it. But if you do want to devote a bit of time and play this character, it will be pretty worth it because it's pretty strong. We're going to be doing Dragon Pulse and Dragon Tail here. That's the stronger build. Both builds, whether you go Flash Cannon or Dragon Pulse, are pretty solid. That was a bad play by me. I should have backed off a little more. Also, maybe X-Attack's not the best thing for this also. I could probably go with Flash Cannon. I normally go Flash Cannon, but I decided Dragon Pulse might be a little more fun to mess around with. Yeah, we'll try and pressure up here. Okay, they aren't getting anything else. We'll head back and get some Center experience. I wasn't sure if the enemy team was pushing, so that's why I was slightly pressuring. Our moves, I just didn't even talk about the first couple moves there. Laser Focus was our starting move. It's already gone now. But what it did is it boosted our next 3 basic attacks, or boosted attacks. And it made them deal an extra tick of damage. Metal Claw is this nice simple slash. It comes out in front of it, does a bit of damage. Dragon Pulse is our first real move, which we got at level 5. What Dragon Pulse is... Ooh, guy here. Is, as we hit things, they get marked. When an enemy is marked, if we use Dragon Pulse and hit them, which Dragon Pulse we can charge, so if you see here, the more we charge it, the bigger range it gets. For every hit we deal to an enemy, they get a mark, and they can have up to like 5 marks, I believe, on them. And each of those marks, if they're hit with Dragon Pulse, deals increased damage. So this has some really nice secure. They did get rid of some of its secure in a recent update. And Duraludon's early game is not its strongest part also. Normally, late game is where Duraludon shines because it can just destroy objectives super fast. But like I said, they did nerf that about it in a recent update. So it can't do as much damage to them, but it still does really good damage. Like that. See, good secure there. Our other move is Dragon Tail, which we got at level 7. What Dragon Tail does is we have 2 charges of Dragon Tail, and it's a pretty long cooldown. But what we can do is we launch a little projectile that sends us backwards, and as we are sent backwards, any enemy hit by it will get knocked up. And that's also the power of Dragon Pulse right there, to, you know, slight charge, and then you can just burst something down if it tries to run away. But we can push ourselves away. It can go through walls, which is very nice. And any enemy we hit will get marked with a different type of mark, not the same mark as Dragon Pulse. it'll be a different mark to where if we beat them, it will actually deal increased damage, and we heal. I believe that's the plus version, is we actually heal off of it, so it's very strong. We're just having a very nice game so far. I failed to get over the wall. We'll hit them though. That's the power of Dragon Pulse though, is you could just secure enemies from far away as long as they're marked. And we'll just run away from you. There you go. I haven't even X attacked. Like I said, X attack's not really the most useful thing on this build too. But it can have use. Let's say I drop the special and then I just want to burst things down. Duraludon's very burst heavy. It is a super burst heavy Pokemon. And especially with this build, you want to just hit enemies super fast. A little focus now. That guy just ran in a straight line. Going to get this. Next thing I want to talk about is Duraludon's passive. So Duraludon has a really strong passive. And that is if it were to be knocked away, pushed back, knocked up in the air, it isn't. So it's one of those pretty basic attacker specials that like half of them have, to where if it gets stunned or anything like that, it just isn't. Except for Duraludon, it's specifically knocked away. So it can still get stunned by like Moonblast, for example. Moonblast Gardevoir is one I can think of. But it can't be knocked up once, and that has like a minute cooldown or something like that. We can get a nice score in, and then we can get a 50. Beautiful. Very strong team showing so far. We have Dragon Pulse Plus. I mentioned what Dragon Pulse Plus did already. It is if I defeat an enemy with Dragon Pulse, I will gain 8% of my health back. So right there, if you saw the small little green number that appeared right after I beat Glaceon, that was me getting some health back. And I haven't even gotten to use my special, I just haven't needed to. Because we're just so far ahead right now. We're going to go bottom, hopefully, and get that Reggie, whatever it is. I'm going to farm up a bit. You can go get those. And I'll save my special for Rayquaza, because we'll probably need it then, unless we just instantly win the fight. Like, I mean, look at this damage. Like, we can burst this down. I actually maybe should have run Rapid Fire Scarf on this, too. Maybe not. I didn't really fix up this build before doing this video here. But even still, this might not be an optimal build for it. But, like, I'm still doing so much. No one's here. Let's just destroy it. Got it. So the reason why I backed off there and stopped hitting it for a little bit was because I saw the Eldegoss coming, and I'm not going to flip it with the Eldegoss special coming in. Because Eldegoss special, because I play a lot of Eldegoss, so I have a lot of experience with this, has actually a really decent steal. And I would rather not lose this game because of an Eldegoss steal, when I know it can steal very well. But overall, this was a super dominant game. This was a super dominant game. There we go. I go down, but I have a 43-second cooldown. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was a super dominant game by us. Not just me though, our whole team did super well. And I'm going to show you guys this little fight here. I think we probably win it. Like, I mean, we're so strong, yeah. Good one there. Oh, I didn't even talk about Duraludon Special though. So what Duraludon Special is in a massive circle around Duraludon, it leaves this ring of fire. I'll actually show it to you guys now. So here's a ring of fire. Any enemy who steps in this gains marks, and also they're slowed, and they take damage. And it lasts for like 10 seconds. And also Duraludon's attack speed gets boosted, and I believe attack damage, and it makes it do so much damage. Duraludon also gains a shield too while using the move. So it's a lot more supportive move in terms of what Duraludon can do in all of its moves, but it's still very good because it just is another way to do damage and just keep the pressure going. But overall, like I said, great game. I mean, I think we all did pretty decent damage there too. Even the enemies were also really good, but we just had more. We were just stronger throughout the game. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. So thank you, and goodbye.